Hi guys, my name is Maya and I will be guiding you through your next Vinyasa flow for today. Thank you for joining me. So for class today we will need 2 blocks. I like to put one at the front of my mat and one at the back of my mat. And today we will be getting started in Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll bring our heels to touch and our knees will fall out to the floor. You have the option here to put the blocks outside of your knees if it feels a little bit like too much in the beginning of our practice. We'll collect our breath in and out. Let's take another breath in and release. Again, let's take another breath in. Hold at the top. Maybe take another sip in. Maybe another one. It's the biggest breath for today. Expel it all out of your lungs. Keep breathing in and releasing out as we start to find a rhythm. With our breath, we'll seal our lips to touch to create our Ujjayi pranayama. This is a wind-like noisy breath, almost like a hiss. Noisy in and noisy out through your nose. We'll keep that same breath throughout today's practice. And if you get a little too steamy, you can always release it through your mouth to let some of that steam out. As you find your Ujjayi pranayama and feel your body start to warm up, bring your knees into touch and give yourself a nice hug for Apanasana pose. Maybe do a few hip circles, warming up your kidney band, rocking from left to right, just starting to open up everything in today's practice. Remember to do anything that suits you and feels good for you, and if it does not, that is okay. Just step away. When you're ready, we'll start rocking. We'll grab our heels for early happy baby, or you can grab the backs of your knees if it feels like too much at this point of the practice. Maybe stretching one side out at a time, starting to open your hips. We'll lean back in wind relieving pose as we give ourselves a nice hug. We'll rock from north to south, maybe 3 big rocks, all the way into tabletop. Here we'll engage our core here as you lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, push the floor into a cat position. Doming your back here. Inhale for cat. Exhale for cat. Breathe in for cat. And exhale for cat. As you dome your back out and start to warm up your wrist. We'll inhale our left arms up to the sky and needle it through your right side, creating a twisted puppy. Stay for a breath in. And on your exhale, see if you can bring your chest a little bit more toward the ceiling as you twist. Take another breath in. Twist and some more. Inhale back to even that side out. And we'll take that on our right side as we inhale our right arm up, needling it through our left side. Stay for a breath in. And as you exhale, twist a little deeper. Another breath in. Same thing. Inhale your right arm back to the sky. Exhale back down, meeting in tabletop. Maybe take a few hip circles around, just wagging your tail, starting to really warm up your spine. And on your next breath in, lengthen. As you engage your core, exhale, tuck your toes in for beast pose. Doming your back still like a cat, tucking that tailbone in. We'll stay for another breath in. Yes, you can. And on your exhale, we'll take our first downward facing dog for today. Pedal out your dog. Now that we're starting to get moving, you can take a three-legged dog variation or a few hip circles on each side. Allowing your body to open up. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, settle back down into your heels. As you spread your fingers wide, pushing through your shoulders, your chest to your knees. Inhale again, rise to your toes. Take tiny steps and meet into the backs of your palms. And we'll meet in ragdoll pose. Take a generous bend in your knees here, and you can sway from right to left. Feeling your spine open up here. You also have the option to wring out your shoulders. And letting yourself hang here. Maybe shaking out a few yeses or a few no's. And we'll bring our hands back down to the front of our feet. Heel toe your toes in. And on your inhale, take a halfway lift. Softening your shoulders here and lengthening your spine. Gently touching your shins. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise to Tadasana pose. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Making your head the last thing to lift all the way up. We'll inhale and shrug our shoulders. Exhale, ground down through your feet as you're sending that energy downward. Breathe in for Vinyasa. Let your gaze follow your hands and clasp together as you exhale, bringing them to your heart center. I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe that is a mantra to yourself, or I invite you to find a moment of gratitude throughout your practice. Inhale to seal it, exhale to release and let go. Inhale for Urdhva, exhale, forward fold. Breathe in for your halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands down on the mat and step back for a plank pose. Stay here for another breath in. As you exhale, rock forward at 2 inches and lower down to your chaturanga. Breathe in for your upward facing dog as you ground down through your palms here, softening your shoulders, allowing your hips to come up off the ground. Gaze to the ceiling. Exhale for downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath in and out. Inhale, rise to your toes. We'll take this breath to movement for our A salutation. Breathe in for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, Urdhva. Exhale, fold. Breathe in for halfway lift. Exhale, take your Vinyasa flow. Inhale for up dog and exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Breathe in for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Listen for the change here. On your inhale, tuck your tailbone in for chair pose. Grounding down through your heels. Staying steady here. On your inhale, lengthen, and exhale, sit a little lower. Keeping everything engaged on that bottom half. Stay for another breath in. Exhale, sit just 1 inch lower. On your next breath out, we'll take diverse pose. And stay here for another breath in. Rock up onto your toes, engage your triceps here, and keep an up dog in your chest. Breathe in for one-legged Tadasana, bring your left leg to rise. As you lengthen, soften your shoulders, and keeping your left foot flexed. Exhale, cross your left foot over for funky chair. Feeling your hips open up here. See if you can go an inch deeper, and maybe push the wall in front of you. Stay for another breath in. Sit a little lower. Inhale, rise back up to one-legged Tadasana. We'll exhale, pass through Warrior 3, keeping your hips facing down to keep them squared. See if you can bring that left foot up a little bit higher while keeping your hips still squared. Stay for a breath in. Exhale, Shiva squat. Tuck that left knee behind your right knee. See if you can bring that left foot closer to your left glute. Stay for another breath in. Exhale, bring those toes a little closer. Inhale, grab your block, open up for half moon. Oops. Shining your hips to the white wall and keeping your chest aligned with your hips here. Stay for another breath in to lengthen. And on your exhale, lower slowly and controlled for Warrior 2. And Warrior 2 will try to almost split the mat like in half, keeping your heel aligned with the arch of your left foot, like you're going to tear the mat. Inhale, raise your shoulders up. Exhale, see if you can sit a little lower. On your next inhale for Peaceful Warrior, exhale, take your extended side angle. Engage in your right glute here. And on your exhales, twist a little bit deeper as you breathe. Stay for another breath in. And twist more on your exhale. Inhale for Peaceful Warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and take your Vinyasa flow. Love the one-legged variations. And we'll take this breath to movement as this is our Sun B salutation. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Breathe in for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Just for a breath in, exhale, divers. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, funky chair. Breathe in for one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, Warrior 3. Stay for your breath in. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, Warrior 2. Peaceful Warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, Peaceful Warrior. Exhale, take your Vinyasa. Take a cleansing breath in and a sigh out. Inhale your right leg up to the sky as we enter our long flow here. Keeping those hips squared. Grounding down through your palms and seeing if you can lift that right heel 1 inch higher. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Tap, hold, or fly. If you choose to stay, see if you can lift your knee 1 inch higher. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left tricep. Tap, hold, or fly. Same thing goes here. See if you can bring that right knee a little higher. And on your exhale, whoops. On your exhale, fallen star. Stay for a breath in. And lengthen and bring your heart closer to the sky on your exhale. Inhale, back to flying dog. Exhale, step through for low crescent. We're here for about 5 breaths. I invite you to clasp your hands from the back to create a bind here. See if you can shine your heart to the sky and allow the energy to flow through you. Stay for another 3 breaths. Exhale deeper. We'll meet back with our arms up in low crescent. Exhale for half crescent. A variation I like to take is taking both hands to the outer sides of your right leg and let your head just hang here. Just let it simply hang and you'll feel the stretch in your hamstrings. For an additional challenge, you can try to come closer or take a full split. For 2 more breaths in and out. On your next inhale, come to a low crescent. And exhale for runner's lunge. Lifting that left leg up, we'll meet an easy twist. Stay for breath in. And square your hips down. Great place for a self-assist here. On your exhale, see if you can twist a little bit more. Stay for 1 more breath. And on your next exhale, go to the Skandasana to the back of the mat. I like to use my block here. And you have the option here to shine your wings up to the sky. The goal here is to keep that opposite foot flexed. So your right foot should be flexed while your left heel is still on the ground. On your next exhale, we'll Skandasana to the front of the mat. The same thing applies here. We want to keep that right heel on the ground and our left feet flexed. You have also the option to take it a little bit lifted for an additional challenge. Crawl to the center of your mat to meet in wide-legged forward fold. And we'll stay here for about 5 breaths. Breathe in for your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold back down. Option here to take a headstand or an active recovery. We got about 2 more breaths. Last breath in. All my flyers will meet back in a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise to star pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Breathe in for peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Option to take birds of paradise here. Or to simply stay in your extended side angle. It is just as challenging to stay in the extended side angle and taking birds of paradise. Both have their differences. All my flyers will meet back in extended side angle. And on your next inhale, take peaceful warrior. Exhale, launch forward for a half moon. And we'll be here for a few more breaths this time around. Have the option here to take a one-legged Tripadasana variation or double Tripadasana if that is in your practice as well. As you're here active in your half moon, turn your chest toward that wall, keeping your hips open to the wall as well. On your next exhale, we'll meet back in warrior two. Inhale for peaceful warrior. Exhale. Cartwheel your hands down to your runner's lunge here. Inhale for perch pose. And we'll meet back. And one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, taking your dancing Shiva. And we'll stay here for about 3 breaths. For fullest expression, you can also turn your head to the back of the room. And as we come back, bring your left hand to the front of your foot for Utthita A variation. The goal here is to keep your shoulders in alignment, so you may have to bend your knee or take another variation as well. We'll come out to Utthita B variation and stay for about 3 breaths. As you inhale, see if you can lengthen. Turn your hips a little bit more forward, plugging that shoulder back in place. Exhale, ground down through your foot. And stay for 1 more breath in. And on your exhale, we'll go into tree pose. During tree pose, we'll want to bring our left foot to the higher part of our right thigh or to the lower part of our right calf. We want to keep our our foot off of our knee joint here. You have the option to close your eyes. You have the option to take Tadasana hands. Maybe you wave your branches, or keep your hands at heart center, or from behind center. Whichever is in your practice. Find the peace here in the moment of solitude and gratitude as you connect within yourself. Stay for another breath in and release through your nose. Step your foot down to meet with your right foot. We're meeting in Tadasana pose. Inhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in for your halfway lift. And exhale, take your Chaturanga. And as we meet in our downward facing dog, we'll take one last cleansing breath in. And a deep sigh out. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in our short flow. And again, my name is Maya, and yeah, thanks for coming.